Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. This is going to be a YouTube exclusive. It's going to be quick fire questions with Kez. That's even kind of rolls off the tongue. It's not quite alliteration.
It is because it's two Q's.
Yeah, quick questions with
Qais.
With Kez, but it's spelled with a Q.
No.
So if you don't know who Kez is, go and listen to the last podcast, or go and listen to one of our old podcasts where we had Kez on the podcast. So, Reece, you can go first.
Are you natural or naturally enhanced? Kez?
Give us an answer, Kez.
Yeah, I'm naturally enhanced with my amazing genetics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finn's natural.
Yeah, I'm natural.
Yeah, Finn's natural. You're naturally enhanced. Finn's natural. I'm just enhanced.
Yeah.
Nah.
Just enhanced.
Prishu, should I take steroids? Should I take steroids? So, yes. Okay. Oh, that's he was against. Yeah, you can't say that.
I'm joking.
Don't take steroids.
I'm
people.
joking.
It's not good. Should I take steroids? God, it depends on your goals, Prishu. Absolutely shocking. Right, Prabhan has asked, please give some proper weight gaining advice. Now, actually, we spoke about manipulation of food on the previous episode based on the fact that Kes is currently going through Ramadan. So we talk about his food manipulations. However, if we're putting it simply out there, let's say when it comes to gaining weight, move a bit less, maybe eat a bit more. That's pretty simple. Energy demand, like dynamics and how the laws of energy work. So, yeah. Right. You guys got any questions?
I don't think I have any specifically for Kez. Like, they're ones that came through that aren't specifically for you. Do you have any questions specifically for you?
For me.
Well, I've got one that's specifically for all of us. If you could be an animal, what animal would you be?
Well, that's not specifically for all of us.
No. This is a three-parter. This is a three-parter. If you could be an animal.
We might as well just do any, because I've got a few that are we could all answer.
Okay, so what animal would you be?
If I could be any animal?
Yeah.
I'd
be a grizzly bear.
I'd be a cheetah.
Lion.
Okay. And then if you could fuck an animal, what animal would you fuck?
A human.
A human?
I was going to say that. It's going to be boring now.
Yeah, you're not allowed to have human. I've chose human.
Oh, that's an animal though.
So if I'd fuck a cheetah.
Okay. Yeah.
No comment.
No comment.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
If you could be fucked by an animal.
You can't not go. You haven't said one.
Oh, okay. Another grizzly bear. 2 grizzly bears going at it. Yeah. Yeah, 2 bears. Yeah, lovely. And then, last one. If you could be fucked by an animal, which animal would you be fucked by?
Who's asking these?
Josh Croggan.
Oh,
of course.
Yeah.
None.
No, come on. There's surely got to be an animal about a horse.
The worst.
Experience everything.
Yeah, what's got like a tiny cock? What do they call it? A gnat's cock. That's like a saying, isn't it? If you could hit a gnat's cock. That's a saying as like, you know, if you were to ping a ball and hit like the perfect spot every time, you go, oh, he could hit a gnat's cock.
What's a gnat?
Like a tiny little insect, I think.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have a gnat because I won't be able to feel it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Horse. I want to feel it.
Yeah.
I want to feel everything I've been missing out on. God. Right. That's that.
Let's go in rotation.
Let's go. Okay. How many pints do you have in a day?
Is that Josh?
Oh God!
Josh has 2 drinks a night.
Does he actually?
He told me. Yeah, he wasn't. I don't even think he was joking. He was like, "Yeah, they're non-alcoholic." He says.
Non-alcoholic.
Don't think they are, mate.
When was the last time you had?
Looking at his composition,
when was the last
alcoholic.
when was the last time you had? You had some drinks when you were away, didn't you?
Yeah, me and Shannon had like maybe one. I think we had on the first night we had a couple. We had one night where we didn't. We had maybe one every other night, just like literally one gin and lemonade. And the last night we had a Baileys. It was really nice.
I had a CN sour at the CN Tower that was 22 like Canadian plus tax after that, so it was like 30 quid.
Okay.
And
was it worth it?
Oh, it was awful. I finished it because I legitimately was like, I've spent so much money on this drink. I don't know if I actually did finish it, but I got halfway through it. It was vile. It was like some apple sour with like tequila, and it was like all the options were shocking. But I was like, CN sour at the CN Tower? Yeah, I don't mind if I do. I'll take it.
What about you, Kez?
Never drank.
Never ever.
No. Religion.
Oh,
yeah,
religion tax.
Yeah, religion tax.
So no pints.
No pints.
No pints.
Actually, I'm about to open my fast with a cheeky pint.
Are you allowed yet?
No, not yet.
Well, it's down there.
In a
They
bit.
want that pint.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
I will. This one says, "What's you and Reese's hack squat?" So I guess what is all our hack squat?
Okay. You use the Gym Lecker.
Gym
one,
Lecker, what?
No,
Prophecy.
I've gone to the Atlantis one now because they've
Oh
put an Atlantis
I've
one
seen.
there.
You do you move the back pad up a little bit?
Yeah.
and you do
Yeah,
it as
yeah.
like
It
more
allows
like a
me more
hip-
knee flexion
yeah.
that way.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I can't remember what do I do. I haven't used that in ages. I've been going from gym to gym. Obviously, I was in France and now I'm in JD.
What's your all-time
I
best?
think
The Atlantis though is like.
it's different to the normal Atlantis
Okay.
one.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's not
the
the
normal
normal
one.
one,
You
is it?
can't move the back
It's
pad.
got the one. It's one with the
So,
adjustable
yeah.
head pad.
With the
and everything.
normal Atlantis, I think I've done 7 plates
Yeah.
for like 11 before.
Yeah.
The normal Atlantis one. This one is a bit heavier, so I think I've done 6 for like 12.
Okay. Does it
Yeah.
feel as smooth? Is it better? Like if you had both of them, would you choose the one you're choosing now
No,
with the other?
I choose the other one.
Oh really?
I probably prefer the other one. I mean, I quite like this one
Okay.
in that it allows you to be a bit more vertical.
Yeah.
'Cause
yeah.
it
Well, you
move
can
the
get
back
more.
pad
You can get
forward.
more hip flexion.
But
as a
in
result,
terms of
yeah.
how smooth it is, I probably prefer the other one.
Okay.
Interestingly,
I
yeah.
don't like the other one.
Yeah.
I quite like
Too
it.
horizontal. for me.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
suits me quite a lot because it's
Yeah,
not
it
too
suits you
vertical.
better.
Yeah, I'm horrendous at anything that's vertical where I need to be like really good at bracing at the bottom. I'm just mechanically not the best for squatting.
That's like the gym. The gym Leco is similar to the Cybex,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah.
in terms
So
of
I
angle.
prefer those.
yeah, well, I'm more so I prefer something a bit more horizontal. That's not to say I don't like I like a Cybex hack, but I think I like a Cybex hack because it's hard,
Yeah.
it's brutal,
The
and
best
we've
hack
both.
we've ever done is the Matrix.
Nah,
Oh,
the one through there. Our one.
Yeah, there's a
Oh.
hack. We'll show you. The
Is there
gym.
really?
Yeah, there's a little gym. There's a little gym we'll show you.
Fair.
So, yeah, no, I'd say we've both had 6 plates on the Cybex hack, but we shouldn't have had 6
No,
plates.
I'm
it
still
was
injured.
absolutely, yeah, it was disgraceful.
This was months
We-
ago,
yeah,
and I'm still battered from it.
yeah, like we haven't recovered, so that doesn't count. I've done a legit like 5.5
Yeah,
plates.
I think we've
Cybex
both
hack
had a legit half decent 5 to 5.5
yeah,
plates.
and then 6 plates was just pure ego and no chance of
Yeah.
getting it. But we was like, oh, it's 6 plates, go for it, brother.
At least we tried it.
Yeah, let's go for it. So, if you're enjoying and you want to make sure to keep up with our social media content, we have a TikTok and we also have an Instagram below. Click the link, give us a follow, and we'll catch you on there. Yeah.
Right, your question.
Okay, why do you use bands on certain incline presses? You reverse band some stuff, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
I reverse band my incline Smith.
Yep.
It's just to manipulate the resistance profile of the movement to match the strength profile of the muscle.
Yep.
You don't always have to do it, but I'd say typically when you're sort of maybe at the beginning, if a Smith is particularly heavy at the bottom, and it's quite hard. And it's quite hard to get out of from the bottom, and you feel like you're not actually sort of completely taxing the muscle, and you're just failing because of the lengthened part of it. You can sort of make it lighter at the bottom by using a band.
Yeah.
Just allows you to maybe get more out of the movement. But as I said, people I feel overuse them.
Oh.
They either put too much tension on,
Not
or-
enough relative to loads.
yeah, or use them for a Smith that doesn't particularly need it.
Like
And also where it's placed in the
if
session.
you're asking that question, obviously you're trying to learn, which is great.
Yeah.
But I think if you're asking that question, like ask the question, but don't implement it.
No.
Like ask the question, try and learn as to why you would maybe have it in. But for now, just don't stress.
Yeah, just
just
get
focus on the
stronger.
basics, get stronger, do a normal Smith, do a normal press.
When did we have a reverse band of Smith press? Maybe
Not for the first probably like 3-4 years of
within the last
training.
year and a half to 2 years, probably we've started reverse band.
Even then, the only reason I introduced it recently was because of my like pec
yeah,
/
exactly.
shoulder issue.
Yeah, exactly. I think a lot of people nowadays they open up and like I'll have clients where they'll sign up.
You have to have that. As your
And they'll
first
like,
press means I
yeah,
have to have
they
reverse
mentioned
band.
they mentioned to me like, hey mate, like there's not really much banded stuff here that I see programmed for some clients. It's like, well, you're 6 months or 12 months into like
It
properly
depends on
training.
so many
like,
different things.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have a client where you can milk a regular incline press and go, right, let's rinse this for what it can be, and then let's transition to a reverse
Imagine the
banded press.
hassle with a new client saying, "Yeah, let's have a reverse banded Smith or a reverse banded hack squat." It's not only is it a ball ache setting it up, they won't understand like why or when, like how to even set it up. The stuff they've got to buy to try and get it set up right. It's like, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Your question. Yeah.
So I've got worst gym you've ever been to.
Oh, good question.
I mean,
That
we're
is
all
a
going to
good
say
question.
Pure Gym, aren't we? Really?
I feel like that's an easy
Yeah, but
answer.
the thing is as well, like they're not great. Don't get me wrong, like equipment wise, but I wouldn't be like this is a horrendous gym.
No, I
They're
mean,
just a normal Pure Gym.
When I was in Norfolk a few years back, I
Wasn't there a
trained
gym that were like really weird with you recently that didn't want you to film?
yeah, Advantage.
That
That's
gym
a
that
real
didn't
good
let
gym.
you in because of
Yeah.
Sanaya.
Yes, mate, you're You've got a real good memory. So
Yeah.
Advantage Gym in Thatcham, near, I think it was Thatcham, in gym near where Sanaya lives. We went in there. They were like made us sign like this document that has like 11 rules. No hoods up. I don't even have a hood. I don't even train in a hoodie. No chalk, no videoing, like strictly no videoing. Like no grunt. It was like it's still video. I got banned. I got a client banned there as well because apparently I had a client there that they banned as well. And like it's a shame because like I walked in there and it was like Nautilus, like literally Cybex, Life Fitness, good lighting, but there was like 3 people in there, and I was like, this is why. Like you've got a wicked facility, but you just ran by absolute balance. So it's like no surprise you wouldn't want to train there. So that was one. And then we went to a gym like through London when I can't even remember where we were, like outskirts of London. We pulled up, it had a good review, it looked pretty decent, and like this Asian fella stops me and goes, "Sir, she can't come in." And I was like, "Sorry?" And then I was so confused. I was sipping on my pre, and he was like, "No girls allowed. It's a male only gym." And I was like, "You
so
joke."
she said, "I'm actually a they."
Yeah, and I said, "I'm actually a
she
they."
was allowed in.
No, and I was like, "You're joking, aren't you?" And then he was like, "No, it's only males." And I was like, "I've never known this." So that was a bad gym experience.
I don't think I've had any. I think if I was to see a gym that I knew was awful, I just wouldn't go.
Yeah.
So I don't really think I've got any.
I think mine probably are mostly when I've been travelling and just have found the most convenient local gym, which have normally been not great.
I guess the Moroccan Mecca.
Yeah, but like even those sort of holiday gyms, you can still if there's a dumbbell rack that goes up to the 24s, okay, cool. You can get a bit of an arm and delt pump. You can do some like rows with like real slow eccentrics. Like you can get a lot out of it. I think a lot of people. I remember Sanaya, she trained at a Pure Gym like maybe a year and a half ago, and I remember she messaged me like, "I've gone home. I'm not training there." And I said to her, "You could have trained at a Pure.
Yeah, it's not
like,
great,
you can
but
train
you
at
can
any
get
gym."
on.
I've done it for like a month. I used to do it every Ramadan
I've
day.
done it for a month.
Yeah.
Trained at a Pure.
My legs actually got smaller because I just couldn't get anything out of them.
That's that matrix leg
Yeah,
extension.
the leg extension
And the seat,
and the
seat
hamco.
have that.
Honestly.
We called
The
it.
pro
I called
hamstring's
it.
alright.
The seated was like the slip and slide.
Yeah.
You lock in and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
slipping and sliding.
Have they got a prone one?
They didn't have one. No, they didn't have a problem.
Because they're alright.
No.
Right. Finn's question.
How much time? This is a good question from Oisin Sauce. You know Oshin Waddington.
Yeah.
He's part of the FPL group.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah, he's a good lad. So he's asked how much time between the end of a pre-prep diet and prep is 2 to 3 months long enough? Did you do a pre-prep diet last year?
Yeah.
Right. You explain.
So I did
Or what you
mine. I started it in August 2021 and finished it in October 2021, and then I started my prep. When was it? April.
March, April.
April.
Yeah.
So good 6-ish
Yeah.
months
Yeah.
between.
In my opinion, I think 4 to 6.
Yeah.
I think 4 as an absolute minimum. 2-3 months is only about long enough to probably actually maybe even just reduce cravings and get hunger hormones back into a healthy spot.
Yeah.
I would say 4 months as a minimum. I like 6 months. Some clients I haven't been able to have 6 months because I've not coached them quite long enough.
Yeah.
But I think 4 months as a minimum.
Yeah.
4 months is long enough to get things back in a good spot.
I had 6 months from
Yeah,
mine.
I remember for the
Mine's
first couple.
been 6.
I remember for the first couple of months after my pre-prep diet, my I was gaining weight and my calories weren't going up, and I was like, "What's going on here?" But then I left it obviously a few more months, and then my calories started going up and up. But if I started a prep like 2 months after, I'd have been in a really bad position. My calories would have been low, and it would have been
2 months goes like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
think how often you're checking in.
Yeah.
2 months goes so quick. Like, so yeah, I'd say try and do 6.
It can be done in 4. It can be done in 3, but it's just not going to be productive or positive.
I think
and I would all.
2-3 months goes quick.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think
And this is
from
where that
4,
kind of
6-ish,
pre-preparation and that like pre-prep planning is essential.
prep.
The pre-prep plan is so important.
It's vital.
Yeah. And it's a real tricky time, and I think because it's becoming popular, we've spoken about it on multiple podcasts. Like, it's something that's relatively new, and a lot of people don't understand the benefits of it until you go through one. But when it's handled well, like your prep is just so much easier as a result. I didn't run a pre-prep diet my first prep, but I didn't start stupidly fat.
No, I didn't.
But it was still a case where if I was to reassess, I probably would have wanted to have had some
Mine wouldn't have
manipulation.
made sense with when I
Yeah.
started up with AJ and stuff and
Yeah.
pushing on and actually getting food high.
Right. So, Kes, genuine thoughts on the men's physique era now compared to, it says JB era. Weirdly enough, I read
Bundy.
that as Josh Bridgman, and I was like, "Oh, the time
It's
is
a new
now.
era,
The time is
yeah.
now. That's the current time."
Yeah.
Yeah, James Bundy. So, yeah, quick rational explanation.
It's
Do you
hard
think
to
it's worse?
Depends what you mean. I mean, technically the physiques are better because there's more
Yeah.
muscle on them. Depends what you prefer.
I prefer the old.
yeah,
look, if
I
I'm
mean,
honest.
the elite ones like Buendia at the time. There was like Sadiq,
Yes.
Jeremy Potvin as well. He
I even
was
think
good.
like Steve Cook first
Steve
year.
Cook.
Like, Steve
that
Cook
was
was
when,
awesome.
yeah.
even then was when like Ryan Terry was
Yeah,
good. Like
yeah,
I know
yeah.
Ryan Terry's gone on and kept doing it, but that
Yeah.
was when he was probably at his best.
Yeah.
around
Like
those
my
years.
favourite physique in men's physique ever is Jeremy Buendia. I think it's like
everyone's.
2017.
2017,
Yeah,
The,
that
bla-
was-
the black and red shorts or
Yeah,
whatever, I
yeah,
think it is.
yeah,
Or
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
the blue shorts.
something like
There's a
that.
photo when he's hitting his front shot. He's like looking the other
Yeah,
way, and it's
that's
absolutely,
it.
it literally sticks in my
Goalie shot.
mind. Yeah, ridiculous.
Um,
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'd say I still love some of the physiques now, but I
also
feel
think
like
most
some
are
of them
balance
have gone.
as well. Like most of them are weapons.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Brandon Hendrickson is the only one I actually think who seems like an actual relatively humble sort of champ, and even then there's been a few things that I've heard, but more so like if you look at, they're all very very upfront and cocky,
like-
and
I think
it's
that's like how they want.
they want
to
it
even,
to be,
Yeah, they want
Yeah.
that
It's
side
the
of the sport to
persona
look like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a shame. Like I do really like some of the physiques at the top level. The ones that are more sort of streamlined, because like maybe it's going more the other way now, but over the last few years there've been guys with absolutely huge waists, like basically bodybuilders without
Yeah.
legs that have been doing well, and it's just like what is the division?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But,
a tricky one, isn't
yeah.
it? And I think at men's physique, it's always going to be very subjective because you already have the enigma of, right, well, they're hiding their legs, or well, that's not proper bodybuilding. You then also throw into the factor that it's very aesthetic based, and it's not just the simple case of who has the most muscle and who's the most condition, which
Yeah.
reigns true in other classes. So it's such a...
Careful, mate. Careful what you're saying.
Why?
Get told off.
Oh yeah, God, I'm talking about. Oh no, the guy who won the overall Team LRF. I apologise. He's so good. He's the best. He should have won. No, it's one of them. Like it's part of it. It's unfortunate, but I think it will always be like what you like. However, the standard is objectively getting better, but I don't think the look is
No.
better. But that's the natural evolution of how it's going to work.
Yeah.
You know?
Kez,
Yeah.
your question?
What's your favourite activity that's not training related?
Drinking pints.
Fair
Nailing
play.
pints out.
Shagging birds.
Shagging ball. Getting loads of scraps with the boys down the boozer.
We're joking.
Yeah.
We're joking. I would say
Favourite activity?
maybe going on like either going on a nice walk or
Yep.
watching football.
That's hilarious. That's literally when you said walk, I was like, "That's nice." Yeah, football.
Watching football.
I watch every game with my mum. That's like one of the highlight of my week.
In
I
bed?
really love. That's weird. Why would you even say that?
Because you told
Yeah,
us all.
Kes, you hearing this, mate? Come
Do you
on.
remember? Did you watch the podcast where he said he slept with his
Yes.
mum? Yeah, so he knows what we're on about.
Sick. That's gonna make a reel of my face just looking at both camera like, oh god.
So yeah, I would say going on a nice walk
Yeah, nice walk.
or watching football.
What would you say?
I'd say watching football.
That one's died. Cam.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'd say watching football is up there. I'd just say maybe some kind of like fun, like thrill type activity.
Yeah.
Like recently, it was my
Yeah.
first time I went skiing recently. I absolutely loved it. It's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
I'd
So I'll
like to
definitely
go
go
skiing.
again.
I'd like to go skiing.
Yeah, yeah.
I should do it.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
that would be really good. That'd be hilarious.
to
to
film
go.
it.
Imagine you going into like the fitting and they see you walking up. What size? No.
Yeah.
That'd be fine now. I'm only 100 kilos.
Yeah. To be fair, like when you're lean, it would be okay.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
I'd
if
be
you're
alright
off-season-
now.
But yeah, I definitely recommend it. So any sort of like fun sort of thrill, like
Yeah.
those kinds of activities, I quite enjoy.
Yeah,
Cool. Right, my question.
one more round each.
Yeah.
How? No, actually, this is a good one. If you were PM, so Prime Minister, not
Mhm.
not PM
Okay.
evening.
Yeah.
What is one law you would implement, and one you would get rid of?
Oh, it's good on this. I feel like I need more time. or something.
Yeah.
Have
What
you
are, the
got any-
laws, what are the laws around steroids? Because you probably just get
Yeah. Make
No,
them
no.
legal.
Yeah.
Legal to possess, but
Yeah.
just illegal to
Illegal to
distribute.
sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could do what most
Change that
coaches
then.
do and just become. Most coaches sell gear anyway. So
Yeah, you do.
Exactly. Link in bio.
Yeah.
Link in bio for my,
gear.
for my Quanta discount. Jesus Christ.
I don't know the laws well enough, to be honest, to be
Yeah.
like, oh, I would change this law. Like, I feel like we're
Well,
not
what
very.
are things that we potentially
clued up on
disagree with that's not
politics.
going to be so? Like, for example, is there anything towards
The-
homeless individuals?
So
Is
there's
there
one
anything-
quite recent one that's came up that's caused a lot of uproar with the Conservative Party. Basically,
Hey, this
we
guy,
go,
this guy
alright.
knows.
Bas-
Yes, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more of the podcast.
It's got to do with like immigrants and
Yeah,
basically people who come
We've
here
heard this.
illegally are not entitled to like the protection from slavery. So,
Yeah.
for example, let's say someone gets trafficked here illegally, they're not entitled to. They're best. That's allowed.
Yeah.
And I think that's completely messed up. So
Yeah.
that's just off the top of my head something I think is really bad.
Yeah, because isn't it like where is it like asylum seekers can stay in these hotels, these given
Yeah,
hotels, like that they're structured for that.
Yeah.
Because Shannon was on about something that there was like a massive uproar in.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was Kegworth, you know. I think there was
Oh,
like
was
a
it?
hotel in Kegworth where people were like leaving because loads of these immigrants had been put there.
Yeah, I see both sides of it. Obviously, they're saying there's people who are coming and going from safe country to safe country and then coming to the UK just for the UK life or
Yeah.
whatever. But at the same time, there's people fleeing from war-torn countries and basically like you're saying that they can't have
Yeah.
a good standard of life. It's really tricky, but
One rule for one.
Yeah.
This is completely the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have speed limits on the motorway.
Okay, so like the autobahn.
yeah,
Germany.
in Germany.
Because
think- I think
isn't
that's
it
a-
like there's
I think
no-
speed
there's
limits.
data, there's
I
no
think
issues there.
I think speed limits should almost be like
There's less
auto-regulated,
incidents.
based off like times, based off like population, based off the
yeah,
current
based on,
situation.
like if you look
like,
at midnight on the motorway,
yeah,
like or 2 a.m. Why would you need to go at 70?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's no one there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there should be auto-regulated or just that on the motorway you can go as fast as you need to go if you're in this lane. If you're in these two lanes, it's 70 or whatever, or
Yeah.
it's maximum 70 in this lane, 80 in this one, and
Yeah.
90 in this one, or whatever it might be.
I think you could also look at it. I know you said steroids, but you could look at it in any realm of like actual medication. Like the only reason why things like that aren't legal is just due to kind of the ways that the government could push it from a
Yeah.
like a finance standpoint. So something related to like the reason why alcohol is sold is, and it's a drug is
Money.
because it's money.
Yeah.
You know, if they could harness the same when it comes to other compounds or other things, again, I think about how America is in the sense of like, let's say weed, in the sense of PEDs. You can have like pharmacies where they'll prescribe you like Deca
Yeah.
and like D-bol, and it's like, why the hell would a
D-bol.
human? Yeah, why the hell would a human need D-bol other than Ronnie Coleman when he
you do
explains
need
the
it.
basics?
Yeah.
So
It's just the
yeah.
basics.
yeah, so no, I think that's a good question, but I feel like I'd need more time to
Yeah.
actually assess.
I don't
and-
know enough about.
No, and
the
I'm not well
laws.
versed. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be like, oh yeah, I believe this. So yeah.
Another obvious one I can think of is TV licenses.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely
The
ridiculous.
3 p.m. Can we say
Oh, well, the football 3 p.m.
Get that gone.
Yeah.
Get that gone.
I love how every other country can watch our games
Yeah.
at 3 p.m. other than
Yeah.
us.
But we can't because we're told to go to the games. What?
Yeah.
But then they show every other. I don't even know.
That's true. Actually, that's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, or just being collectively like I heard apparently at Apple or someone are going to try and buy all the rights, so it's
Yeah.
just one. That would be a game changer. So
Because-
you just because you're paying for
Yeah.
BT Sport.
If
you're
you want to
paying for
legally watch
Sky,
football, you
Amazon.
have to watch all this stuff. But
Yeah.
IPTV users,
Yeah, Total Sport Tech.
cut that out.
Yeah, shout out to Total Sport Tech.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
it is.
even then, like even if you were to have BT Sport, Sky,
you're paying over
Amazon,
100, yeah.
you still don't
No.
have the 3 p.m. game.
No,
No.
Like,
it's absolutely ridiculous.
then you're paying however much for all those. Like,
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. Anything else that's silly? My questions are done.
I have others, but we can wrap it up. Kez, you got any good ones?
Any good ones to finish it off upon?
Yeah, got a good one. It's more for Reese, but
Oh, great.
what's the youngest age you'd be willing to die to guarantee an Olympic?
How old
Who
am I
was that
now?
Some random letters.
Oh, I'm 24, so 24. No, I find that bizarre. Like, you know, when you hear people say like, top level athletes would happily take something if it resulted in them being dead in 5 years or whatever. I'd be like, that's silly. Like, it's so silly. Like, there's going to be obviously things that we do to, like, for example, in natural bodybuilding or bodybuilding that isn't going to be efficacious towards health and can be deleterious.
Let's answer it in this way.
Okay.
If you were to, let's say you competed at the Olympia
Yeah.
and you died at 90, would you be happy?
Yeah.
That
But I wouldn't be happy just because I competed at the Olympia.
No.
I'd be happy
Let's say
with other things.
this question was winning the Olympia.
Winning
So
the
you
Olympia.
won an Olympia title.
25.
Okay, so let's say you won the Olympia, you died at 90. You'd be sound.
Yeah.
80? Sound.
Yeah.
60.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No,
Because-
I'd want to enjoy a few.
60
I'd say.
still
With
quite
grandkids
old.
and all
Yeah,
that sort
no,
of thing as well.
I reckon, yeah, genuinely, I'd say 70 to 75, and then I'm like, right, cool, I'm done. But I wouldn't have my life based off success of me stepping on the Olympia stage.
That's an easy way of asking it, though. It's like, just come down, keep coming down.
Yeah.
But it would be like, would you want, like, away from the Olympia, would I want to die at 60? I'd be like, probably not.
No.
I'd probably like to live
About-
maybe a few
about
more.
80.
That's all. That's cool. I'll be happy with that.
It
70 to 75 is
It
what I'd be
depends
like,
though what
Clock me out.
what sort of state you're going to
I
be
never
in
wanna die.
in the later stages of your life. Are you going to be like some vegetable because you've been taking too much gear all your life, or
You're a bit of a vegetable now.
Any suggestions for any further future videos or content ideas, feel free to either drop them below in the comments or likewise DM either Finn or likewise myself on Instagram, and we'll catch you over there. Get worse. So yeah, no, I don't know. It's one of them. Like, I don't contribute my success or my enjoyment of life based off me competing.
It's like the question is, young people's like, how much would you need to be paid for this? Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best way to ask those is like, what, 2
Yeah.
grand? Would that be alright?
Yeah.
And then like 3 grand, 5 grand?
Because I mean, like 20 quid's 20 quid, and like I'll do any like 20 quid, you know, it can get a long way.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
50 quid.
Yeah, 50
I'll do
quid.
anything for
Yeah,
50
50 quid. Anything for 50 quid, guys. So yeah, right, that's that. I think that's quite a good little short segment.
Yeah.
So yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thanks as always for the story tags. Thanks, Kes, for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
No, it's been a really good night, to be fair. It's been a good like hour and a half. We've obviously done the other episode on, I'm guessing it's already probably been uploaded by the time this is up. So feel free if you want to have an insight into Kes' current background, where he's at from a Ramadan standpoint, training, and then us just chatting about our preps and how things are. So yeah, exciting times ahead. Thanks as always, guys, and we'll see you in the next episode.